Welcome to the world of probiotic foods. This is Cultured Food Life with your host, Donna Schwenk.
Welcome, everybody, and thanks for joining me. Today, we're going to be talking about my favorite fermented foods of summer. There's just something about summer that brings fermented foods to life, literally. The warm temperatures help cultures flourish, and the abundance of fresh produce and sunshine makes us crave vibrant, living foods. And over the years, I've discovered that summer is the perfect day and the perfect season to fill your days with fermented kefir, like smoothies or smoothie bowls, fizzy sodas, cultured veggies, and creamy yogurts. These are my go-to summer ferments, and each one is not only delicious, but also offers powerful health benefits that your body will love. So, here's the reason why summer is perfect for fermented foods. In the summertime, the ferments bubble faster, the flavors brighten because the food is fresher, and your body naturally craves light, cooling foods. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like cooking in the summer very much. I do, but I like cooling foods a lot in the summer. And it's also the time when your microbiome can thrive because there is so many fresh fruits and vegetables available everywhere. So fermented foods, they just aren't a trend. They're a lifestyle. And they've helped me and my family heal in so many ways. And summer is one of the best times to fall in love with fermented foods. So as you sip that kefir soda on a porch swing or snack on some probiotic pickles at a picnic, or a potato salad, a probiotic potato salad, or salsas, or blend up a smoothie bursting with good bacteria, your microbiomes will dance with joy and your whole body will feel better. So your gut craves fermented foods in the summertime even more so than in the winter because your microbiome shifts with the seasons. So just like your skin responds to the sun, your gut microbes shift based on seasonal foods, on sunlight, and on the temperatures. Summer brings a wider variety of fresh produce, prebiotics that feed the good bacteria, and fermented foods help reinforce your microbiome during the seasonal transition, supporting immunity and digestion. Your body naturally craves hydrating foods like kefir, kombucha, and yogurt, which are light, hydrating, and cooling, perfect for hot weather. And your body tends to avoid heavy, dense meals in the heat. And fermented foods are so easy to digest. The fermentation preserves the summer's bounty. Summer is harvest season, and fermented vegetables like cucumbers, tomatoes, jicama, cabbage is a natural way to store these nutrients without heating or canning, and especially heating up your kitchen. And all these foods provide enzymes that canned foods do not do. Warmer temperatures also mean your ferments are faster. Warmer air speeds up fermentation, making it easier to make kefir, kombucha, yogurt, and fermented veggies. They just ferment really fast depending on the warmth in your kitchen. So you don't need special equipment for these foods. You just need your kitchen counter and time. You can even make my yogurts now in insulated mugs. So you don't even need a yogurt maker for some of these foods. So everything can be made on the counter. And also, these foods support sun and skin recovery. Probiotics can support skin health from within. Strains like lactobacillus and bifidobacteria help reduce inflammation and protect against oxidative stress, and that is great for recovering from sun exposure. You also this is a really important one, where you boost immunity during travel and social gatherings. Summer often means things like traveling places, barbecues, situation where digestion can get really, really out of sync. Fermented foods help regulate your gut, keep your immune system strong, and digest even smoother when routines change. And especially when you're going to places like overseas and stuff, one of your biggest protection can be fermented foods because they can protect your microbiome from viruses and things that you can catch over, or food poisoning, things like that. All of these foods have the ability to help you with that and keep your immune system strong, but also help you fight things that your body isn't normally used to. You have these T cells in your body. They're helper cells that go after viruses and pathogens. But when the thing that determines how many T helper cells you have is your bacteria. The more good bacteria you have, the more helper cells you have that fight off these kinds of infections or viruses or pathogens or parasites, things like that. It helps you to prevent that. Your body is really incredibly intuitive. And in the summertime, it encourages you to opt for living, refreshing food, just like fermented foods that hydrate, energize, and nourish your microbiome. I mean, if you really start listening to your body and the things that it wants and needs, you'll be very surprised at how smart it is. I don't desire heavier foods in the summertime. I want these, lighter, fresher foods, salads and sandwiches and things that are light and filled with vegetables and fresh produce because my body needs those things to help build a strong microbiome. And that's one of the great things about your body. You crave, and once you get in tune with this, you crave the things your body needs. Once you start eating really healthy and you start to listen to your body, you will naturally crave, your cravings will change, and you will crave the foods that make you well. And that's something that I have noticed for years, that when my cravings change, I'm eating something lots of times, like for instance, if you eat a lot of processed foods, your body will crave those processed foods. And because it's trying to assimilate them as best it can, and it struggles to do that. And so a lot of people are like, they don't crave healthy foods. And that's because they don't eat them. Once you start eating them, you will crave them and you will stop craving the other foods. And that's happened to me so many times. It's a really wonderful thing because it really helps you to know what's going on in your gut by their cravings. And cultured foods and just healthy foods that you crave, good quality proteins, fats, and also lots of vegetables and fruits. Your body will naturally want those. And that's what it should be craving. So let me tell you a few things that I do. Almost every morning, without fail, I have kefir in some way or form, or I do smoothies, or I do smoothie bowls, or I do chia puddings with kefir, or I do overnight oats with kefir, or somehow I do kefir in the morning because I just need it. I see such a difference in my life when I have kefir every day. And a lot of it keeps inflammation down, it keeps my blood sugars good, keeps my blood pressure down, does so many things for me that it's just been 24 years of having kefir every day. And the morning is always the way that I seem to want to have it. Sometimes I'll do it in the form of kefir, like frozen yogurt or frozen kefir ice cream, things like that. But for most of the time, it's either a smoothie or a bowl. And I usually just blend kefir with frozen fruit, usually a little bit of collagen or whey protein powder in it, and watch it become this creamy, tangy drink that's brimming with probiotics. The health benefits are kefir contains over 50 beneficial bacteria and yeast, because we have probiotic yeast in our body too. It supports your digestion. It helps you to be regular. It strengthens your immunity. It calms that inflammation. It has 19 anti-inflammatory markers, and it also helps seal a leaky gut. It supports mood, mental health, and I can't emphasize that enough. It really helps mental health, anxiety, things like that. Because of that gut-brain axis, you really need to have that if you're having any kind of emotional distress or anxiety. Kefir is really important to help keep those neurotransmitters working properly, to make enough serotonin to keep you calm, and GABA, all those things in your body that keep your nervous system regulated, and kefir is fabulous for that. Now, the other thing that I have a lot in the summertime is kefir soda. Goodness gracious, we eat a lot of kefir soda. I love the flavors. I love making fresh, light flavors in the summertime. Lemon, ginger, fruit juices, coconut water that I love to put different things in. It's so fizzy, and it's just like having a soda because we don't drink sodas anymore. We haven't for over several decades, I don't think. But we miss that fizzy stuff, and kefir soda fills the bill, and it's delicious, and you can make it all different kind of way. And once you make your first bottle, which takes 3 to 5 days depending on the warmth in your kitchen, the next bottle, you use that bottle as a starter, like a fourth to a half a cup, and it'll make it in a day. So you will never run out of it. You just you'll be constantly reproducing and 40, 50 bottles off of one package, sometimes more if you make it often enough, and it makes the most delicious sodas. I'm kind of into pineapple ginger right now. I also love the coconut water ones. One thing about coconut water, it has more probiotics when you use coconut water than when you use juice, like by a lot. But you need to be careful because coconut water doesn't have as many sugars as juice. So sometimes you have to add a little bit of sugar in it to make it have enough food so it'll create the fizz. But don't worry, it eats all those sugars. It's like, I think it's like in a day or two, it's 85% reduce the sugars to 85%, and then it keeps reducing them the longer it ferments in your fridge. And it has so many good yeasts in it and bacteria, especially Saccharomyces boulardii, which is a very big one. That's a probiotic yeast, one of the most researched probiotics in the medical field, and they use it a lot for things like when people have chronic diarrhea from antibiotic use. It's a really amazing probiotic because it acts like a pathogen in your body. So it attracts pathogens and then it exits the body after 2 or 3 days and takes those guys with them. So it's really powerful and it really cleans things out for you. And it's one of my favorite things to have. It supports your gut balance, kefir soda. It reduces your sugar cravings and it gives you a boost of vitamin C and B vitamins. So it helps you if you have like that afternoon slump. It boosts nutrient absorption. It's a really healthy replacement for sugary drinks. And I have lots of kefir soda recipes. And guys, they're so easy. Basically, you just get a package of the kefir soda and you put 2 cups of juice in and 2 cups of water. And that is it. And then you let it ferment. And the first bottle takes a few days to ferment. But then after that, you can take that bottle and use it over and over and over again to make all different kinds of flavors that you like. And you can mix it up and match it with any flavor that you really like. But it is so bubbly. You guys got to be careful though, because it can explode if you don't pop that top every day. And because it's so bubbly. And if you like that, you will love kefir soda. And it's very, very good for you. And it has a lot of bifidobacteria in it too, which is really, really, really helpful for your immune system. So that's a good one in kefir soda too. Now kombucha, I love kombucha too. I don't know which one I love more, but I love them both. The kombucha is fermented tea that is both refreshing and functional. And I sip kombucha whenever I need an afternoon pickup because of the B vitamins that are in it. And it gently supports my liver too. So it helps support liver detoxification, provides antioxidants, organic acids, and helps balance blood sugar and energy. And it enhances the microbial diversity in your gut. It also has S. boulardii in it, just like kefir soda. And that's such a powerful way to enhance your microbiome and keep you healthy. And kombucha helps like from the heat, if you're struggling from heat exhaustion. Kombucha and kefir soda both are very good for helping to give you minerals that help if you've been dehydrated, that help you remineralize. And it's a very good thing to have in the summer when you've gotten overheated. And it's a very refreshing drink, boosts your immune system and your adrenal glands. So I really love that. Now, skyr and Greek yogurt are new products that I have, new starter cultures. And guys, I can't stop making them. These yogurts are so good, especially the skyr. And I love the Greek too. It's very, very similar. But the skyr is my favorite because it is both satisfying and cooling on a hot summer day. And I am making it constantly because I'm eating it every day and I'm using it in so many recipes. I'm trying to eat a higher protein diet right now because I'm working out a lot at the gym. And so I'm using a lot of yogurt. And I strain it to make it high protein, which is super easy to do. And I have a video and recipes on that. But I love mixing these yogurts, even just something simple with berries or straining the whey out to give it a high protein. And the health benefits, it promotes tons of fullness. It gives you that satisfied feeling. It helps to satisfy cravings. It's high in protein. And it helps support your muscle growth if you're trying to build muscle. It's rich in probiotics like Streptococcus thermophilus And Lactobacillus debucyi is so good, and also has some Bulgarian. They all have Bulgarian strains in. They're technically both Bulgarian yogurts, but each strain is from different areas, and they have different ones that they've cultivated. And you can taste the difference. So it's interesting. They are very similar, but they are different. It also supports your gut and vaginal health. Excellent source of calcium and phosphorus. And I love, love, love it as frozen yogurt. I've got one of those Ninja Creamy ice cream makers, and I take about maybe a cup of Greek or skyr yogurt. I put in some almond milk or regular milk, depending on the calorie content I want. I like raw milk in it. It's really good. Then I put a little bit of protein powder in it that's like vanilla, and a little bit of monk fruit. And oh my gosh, it's such good yogurt. You could put strawberries or mangoes and blend it all together. It makes the best ice cream. And I have a lot of ice cream recipes on my website, culturedfoodlife.com. And I do kefir and I do yogurt ice creams. They're delicious. And then the last one I eat a lot of is cultured veggies, especially in the summertime. They're crunchy, tangy, and teeming with probiotics. And when your garden or from farmer's market is overflowing with fresh vegetables, it's time to ferment. And I especially love fermented jicama. I just had some jicama just a minute ago. If you don't know what jicama is, it's like a sweet, they call it a Mexican potato because it's kind of round, but kind of a different type of shape. But it's got this crunchy, sweet flavor, and it is loaded with prebiotics because it has a lot of inulin in it. And I mean a lot. And it feeds your good bacteria. It's so good for you. And I mix it, I cut it into sticks. I peel it and cut it into sticks, put it in a jar and add some orange zest and some orange juice, like a fourth of a cup, maybe not even that much. Let it ferment. It gets super bubbly because it's got so many prebiotics in it. And I love it. I love the juice. It's to die for. So, and I'll put these recipes that I do, my favorite ones, because I'm listing them on the article that I'm writing that goes with the podcast. And you can go to the podcast and I'll put the descriptions below and you can see the recipes on how to make all these. And then I also love pickles. I've got 3 different kinds of pickles in my fridge right now. And, pickles are just cucumbers, salt, and water. I have a honey one that I made. It's a sweet pickle relish. And they're tangy, crunchy, and a great way to support digestion with every meal. I eat pickles almost every day for lunch because I love them, especially in the summertime. So the health benefits, they load the gut with probiotics that survive the stomach acids. Lactobacillus plantarum is the big one in cultured veggies. And it's very strong. And it's rich in enzymes and increased vitamins like C, A, and B when you ferment. This particular bacteria increases all of those vitamins like by a lot. You go from, 10 times the amount of vitamin C that you would have before fermentation. They're prebiotics that are rich, you can do onions, jicama, tomatoes. I've got all kinds of recipes. So I will link that in the description too. And you can see all of the different recipes I have. And these also support digestion, immunity, and skin health too. So these are just a few of the things that I eat. And I really do eat all these all summer long because they fill me up. They're fast and easy to make. And like pickles will last 9 months in your fridge once you make them. And it's just a really fun way to keep your body teeming with those good gut bacterias and also keep you healthy in the summertime when you're doing so much. We're all out doing stuff and exercising and, going different places, vacations, and you need that extra help when you're busy and running around like crazy. And summertime is the perfect time to make some cultured veggies. It's the perfect time. It's also a perfect time to have some kefir smoothie in the morning because you're busy. You need something fast and it takes less than 5 minutes to make. So I just made a chia pudding for my daughter this morning because she's getting married and we were all flipping out because it's so much work. So she's not had a lot of time. So literally takes like 3 ingredients to make kefir chia pudding. And I just put kefir, chia seeds, and some monk fruit sweetener in there, stirred it up, and then we top it with fruit. And that's breakfast. And I just let it sit for like 2 hours to thicken it. or overnight. It's great. We do all this. She needs it because we've all got a lot of stress on us right now. So I make these foods not only just because I know they keep me healthy, but because they're easy for me. They fill me up and they give me the nutrients I need. Because lots of times when you eat like processed food, you never get full because you don't really get any nutrients from it because it's just devoid of that. And these foods are loaded with nutrients and they help you digest the food you eat with them. So you get more nutrients from the food you eat with them. So those are some of my favorite foods for summertime. And I hope you'll start, enjoying these foods. And now is the perfect time to do it. So thanks for listening, guys, and we'll see you next time.